Welcome to the Dundas Dashboard tutorial series. In this video, we'll be covering embedding a dashboard in your SharePoint environment. To accomplish this, you first need to install our Dundas Dashboard SharePoint web part within your SharePoint server. This web part is already included with the product and can be accessed from the deployment center, which can be found on the server that Dundas Dashboard is installed on. Once the deployment center is open, choose the Extras option. Then select Save the Dundas Dashboard SharePoint web part solution. Next, select the version of SharePoint that you're currently using to access that specific web part file. Next, you'll want to take this file and transfer it to your SharePoint server, assuming it's installed on a different server than Dundas Dashboard. Once there, simply click on the WSP file and walk through the setup wizard to install this web part on all of your front-end servers. Once done, you should be able to go to a SharePoint page, edit it, and add a web part. From there, the Dundas Dashboard Viewer web part should now be a selectable option. After adding this web part to a page, you have the option to customize this in various ways by using the Edit option to the right of the control. For starters, you'll want to specify the Dundas Dashboard server that you'll want to use so that we'll be able to access the dashboards that you've built. Next, specify the login credentials. Now, it's important to note that when using the SharePoint web part, the end user will never see the login screen. So, you have the option of entering the credentials for a single local login that all users will access, or choose the Windows login option to have Dundas Dashboard check to see what Windows account the current user is logged in as and try to authenticate using that account. As a tip, if you're using the local login option but don't want all users using the same login account for security reasons, then as an alternative, you have the option of adding this web part to different SharePoint pages. Then from here, provide different login credentials for each page. Then, just make sure that each SharePoint page can only be accessed by the appropriate user to ensure that they see the correct data and the correct dashboards. From there, once connected, select the dashboard that will be displayed in the web part when the page first loads. At this point, you can customize how the viewer page will be seen by the end user. For example, you can customize the background color to match your SharePoint page. You can also allow the user to define mashups, though if you're unfamiliar with mashups, you can check out the Dash Blocks and Mashups video for more information on that. Additionally, you can hide or collapse both the navigation pane and the toolbar, as well as hide the logo in the top left corner, or even change it to your own custom image. Lastly, you can choose to enable Windowless Mode. Now you'll want to keep this unchecked if you can for performance reasons. However, there may be cases where the SharePoint page may not interact well with the dashboard web part. For example, if you have a pop-up menu on your SharePoint page that intersects with the dashboard itself, that menu may appear behind the dashboard, rendering it unselectable. By enabling Windowless Mode, this should resolve this issue and ensure that the menu appears on top of the dashboard and is properly selectable. This concludes the video for embedding dashboards in your SharePoint environment. For more information on our training program, feel free to reach out to training@dundas.com. If you're looking for help with a specific technical inquiry, check out our support site at support.dundas.com.